Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Reata Horsemanship. I'm Luke Brown. I'm very excited to be with you here today on Motivational Monday. What a beautiful morning it is this morning. This is the second horse I'm working with. This is Bodie, and this is actually Bodie's first ride today. I've been riding him about 15-20 minutes, and he's a Korab, a 5-year-old Korab horse that came to me to be started. He didn't really have any training whatsoever, and so I've taken my time and done a lot of groundwork with him and worked with him for 4 weeks before I rode him, and this first ride is coming along just fine. I don't have anybody working with me this morning, but I'm riding in the round pen, and it's gone really well. No spook, no bolt, no buck, nothing. Just riding him at a walk and a trot, getting him to yield his hindquarters, and hopefully that during this video we'll be fine as well. And today for Motivational Monday, I wanted to talk to you about something I heard from David Goggins. If you don't know who David Goggins is, he's a motivational speaker. He's gone through a lot of stuff in his life. I just started reading his book, and if you're averse to bad language, I wouldn't recommend it. There's a lot of bad language in it, but he has a lot of amazing points, and he's somebody I'm learning from, not for the language, but for the concepts that he teaches. And one of those concepts he's teaching is accountability to himself, and having accountability partners. And one thing he said is, if you choose to hang out with people who don't hold you accountable in your life, which most of us do that, we choose to hang out with people who lower our standards, standards of living. I'm going to jump around a little bit here, but Tony Robbins, he says that he says, I can tell you what your life is like by the 5 people you hang out with, what your socioeconomic status is, what kind of person you are. You just show me the 5 people you hang out with, and I'll know who you are. And so we have to be careful about who we decide to hang out with, and who we decide is in our inner circle, the people that influence us the most. And for me personally, my inner circle is very small, and he's not wanting to move here. And Stacy, my wife, is the person I certainly hang out the most with. I have other associates, but Stacy, my wife, is that person, and she is great about holding me accountable and calling me out when I'm doing something or saying something that probably I shouldn't be. And that's a blessing to me. Sometimes it can cause rifts in our marriage. It can cause us to disagree and be a little bit upset with each other. And usually it's coming from me, where I get called out, and then I get upset because it's hard. The truth is hard. And Stacy's one of those people in my life who is willing to call out the truth as she sees it. And we need more people like that in our life. So going back to David Goggins, he says if you want to hold yourself accountable and not be soft in life, his slogan is stay hard. That's what his slogan is, and it's about being mentally tough for all of the challenges that we have in life. And one of the ways he does that is to work hard physically. He runs. He's known as the hardest man on earth, or the toughest man on earth. He's run, over 60 ultra marathons, hundreds, thousands and thousands of miles, swims. He's graduated from I believe all of the branches of the U.S. military, and he's quite an amazing person. And so when he speaks about how to get mentally tough and how to hold yourself accountable, that is something that I listen to very carefully. And I think anybody who's successful would tell you, if you don't surround yourself with people who hold you accountable for your actions and your words, then you're going to live a life that's subpar. You're going to live a life that isn't what you could live if you had somebody accountable. Now, we can also hold ourselves with high accountability. We can do that, certainly, but it's much easier when if I try to hold myself to a high standard, and then I hang out with people who don't hold themselves to high standards, then certainly I'm not gonna achieve that high standard. I cannot hold that high standard if I'm gonna be hanging out with people who don't have those high expectations for me and set the same standards. So when you're going throughout this week, think about who you're hanging out with. Think about your inner circle. Who are the 5 people that you hang out with the most, and how do they influence you in your life? What do they do? How are they motivators? Are they inspirational people? Are they people that help you? Are the people that call you out when you're doing something you shouldn't be? Or are they people who give you a pass, constantly give you a pass, and allow you to be second rate in your life? If those are the kind of people you hang out with, think long and hard this week about maybe changing that inner circle and starting to create an inner circle of people who will set high standards and hold you accountable to those standards. I think we all need that in life, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I'll probably see you tomorrow. Until next time, be thankful, live with purpose, live with passion, and as always, stay safe in the saddle.